Yep.
Hello everyone, Sriram here with Raghavendra. We both are in yellow. Some matching happened today. Okay, so Raghavendra cleared PMP on 9th of April, but PMI made him to wait for some more days to see that RN certificate. So he's excited, he cleared the exam, but he didn't see the certificate. The last few days, PMI is taking a little extra time to issue the certificate. But still, that waiting is thrilling, right? So first, let's congratulate him. Congratulations, Raghav, for your wonderful success. And as I was talking to you sometime back, from the day one of the class, I found you pretty passionate. And the class will be asking, Sriram, what is that? What is this? And any practice exam we have, you will participate. And we have anything on WhatsApp questions, you will be there. So you are the one who went through everything and get ready. I'm so happy about it. That's really a good passion you showed up. So that's a result of what you see today. Right. Great. Good wishes.
Thanks, Sriram.
Fantastic. So before we jump inside, just give a little background of which country you are, which city you are, what is your domain, where you come from.
First of all, thank you very much, Sriram. I'm very happy because of you. So yeah, I'll let you know about my background. I have about 16 years of experience and I'm a hardcore mechanical engineer. Right from the start of my career, I am into hardcore mechanical engineering. But and then I shifted through various domains, like from tools to automotive. Then I felt like I am an automotive guy, and then I have selected that, and then I didn't switch to a different domain. So I'm in Germany from the past 7 years. So Germany is hub of automotive. So I'm very lucky that I have got an opportunity here. And I have been with a company called NSK, which makes bearings and power steering. So we develop electric power steerings for different automotives.
Nice.
So I'm in this field from the past 10 years. And I travel to different countries. I was in UK for 3 years. And then afterwards, I was just visiting India for a transition zone for 4 or 5 months, and then skipping back to a different country. So yeah, I was also in US for about 1 year.
Wow. Good.
Yeah.
So you tasted pizza in all the country. That's a message.
Yeah. Yeah. So because of the current company, I was fortunate to go to Japan and then collaborate with China.
Nice.
So we have manufacturing unit in China, and so current company is a diversified company. Like we have teams everywhere. So yeah, this is my background.
Really interesting. One thing very interesting, Raghav. I don't know that you have a mechanical background, but usually in my college days, I've seen that mechanical people means gangsters. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are that part of the gang?
No. Actually, in my college, there are 2 groups.
Okay.
One group is called acid and one is called water. So I belong to water group, where we are not into these fightings and all. So I studied in a university where every time you have this dharnas, everything. So ABVP guys used to come, they stop the classes. So I belong to the H2O group. The other guys belong to acids group. But both of the group, like they are like in a very good position.
Nice.
So yeah, it's like that.
Nice. We don't know. Acid group guy will be the director of the company.
Yeah, in fact, they are directors of. They have started startups, and they are few directors in that. So we should not underestimate them.
Like acid and H2O. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get on. I know the things of studies is there. We'll talk. And your exam, getting to the exam itself was a challenge. I know you're ready long back. I was telling you, Raghav, jump.
Yeah. Yes.
I want to jump, but the ground is not ready. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
What happened there? Then did you went for a center or proctor? What exam you went on?
Actually, I was pretty prepared 2 weeks back. So I was very much hesitant to take proctor based. Many of my friends and you also suggested to go for proctor based, but somehow I'm not into this proctor mode. and I have already cleared one certification via center based, and it's like a my technical certification. And yeah, so
Okay.
I scored in that certification 99%. That is the first certification which I did 5 years back. So
Wow.
that is also like PMI, like American Society of Mechanical Engineers. So they conduct some kind of examination where I have to prepare, and I didn't have fortunate coach like you at that time, and no group. I was the only guy preparing back to back 3 months, like how I did for PMI. Like I didn't sleep at nights.
I
So
think the reason you got 99%.
so yeah, so somehow I passed it. So I am more inclined to center based, and also in Frankfurt, because it's like a lucky city. So I thought I was waiting for center based slot in Frankfurt. So
Okay.
I was, but I couldn't, because I have one slot which was on March 24th, but I got that slot on March 23rd, which means I am searching today and suddenly I got a slot for tomorrow. But
Ah,
at that time I was not, I don't know, I was prepared, but I was not confident, because I gave one prepcast which I scored 72%, and I analyzed, but I was little bit hesitant whether to go or not go. I spent 2 hours thinking, just walking here and there, asking my wife, hey, what should I do? Should I? My wife told, come on, go and give the exam. Then
okay.
after some time, she tells, are you really prepared? Then I had this kind of dilemma in my mind. And by the time I decided and just went, the slot is gone.
Go on,
And
yeah.
then the next slot was April 27th. Oh, then I
But
was like, I was
uh,
really disappointed.
tell me, Raghav, Frankfurt is a big city and
Yeah.
they should have more than one centers. Then
Yeah,
how?
but there is only one Pearson View Center in Frankfurt.
Oh,
And that center also, because of COVID situation, there are very limited slots. Like
ah,
only like you need to have a gap between one person to another person.
I
So
understood.
because of that, you will not find any slots. It's very hard to find.
That's tough. That's tough. So what happened? When was the exam? And April 9th is the exam. So how it happened?
Yeah. So April 9th was my exam. So the Easter break, Good Friday and Easter Monday was holiday in Germany. So I took 3 days of vacation, which I have to take last year. So I pulled it back to this year. So I got a solid 9 days. So I have
Uh,
decided I have to do something with this 9 days.
uh,
And I really worked very hard this 9 days. And my wife also supported me a lot. I was just inside a room. The breakfast, lunch, dinner used to come to my room. That's it. Just go to the washroom, come back. And I like read books, gave prepcast exams. I gave back to back 3 prepcast exams. And as I shared the scores with you, I scored 76. I was like very
yeah.
much pumped up. And then I thought, okay, I should score 80. When I scored 76, I can score next exam 80. Then I have gone through Rita Mulcahy in 2 days, whole
Hmm.
chapters. I was pretty much confident because, okay, I read Rita, then everything is in my mind. Gave the third prepcast, and it was, to my surprise, I felt the questions were easy. I was expecting 80, but I found 71. That's where I was like, it hit me hard. The prepcast hit me very hard. So I
Hmm.
thought, why the hell I scored 71? What mistakes did I did? Then I started analyzing, and many were silly questions, silly mistakes. So then I thought, okay, this is not the way. I have to make some kind of strategy. I couldn't digest because I got 71. So I waited for one day. Next day, and my test timing is 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning, early in the morning, because my daughter runs here and there, and because
Yeah.
of Corona COVID situation, schools are closed. So lots of disturbance at home. So I thought, okay, let's not disturb them. Let's disturb myself. So
Hmm.
I used to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So
Nice.
2:30 to 6:30, I used to give the exam. And the last exam, I decided, take break, follow what Sriram said, take some breaks, breathe in, breathe out, do all these things. Then I decided, let's start the exam. First 60 questions, I was confident, and then I took 10 minutes break. I did breathe in, breathe out. Then second, third, and then the score again, it came back to 77. Then I thought, okay, 77 is my standard. Whatever you do, 77, stop. Then I was almost saturated. Then afterwards, I have gone through some success stories. I spoke to some folks who passed the exam, and those guys told me like, okay, if you have some problem with time, try to give timed quizzes, like 60 questions, random questions out of not repeated questions. So I started giving. So in one day I gave 460 questions.
Oh,
First quiz I got 80%, 83 means 50
wow.
out of 60 I got right. I was
Wow.
like full confident.
Uh,
Then what I did, okay, some terminologies are different. Let's read PMBOK. Then I read PMBOK integration, all chapters, not all, but integration, stakeholder, communications, resource, main chapters I have gone through. Then I have given second 50 questions, 60 questions. Then I scored 71 again. Then my wife told something is wrong. Whenever you are reading, you are making a mess. Stop reading. Then I have made up my mind. I have already gone to a saturation stage because I have all through PMP 2021, which you told 400 pages book following syllabus. I've gone through all books. So then I decided I read Rita, I read PMBOK, PMP 2021, Agile Practice Guide multiple times. What else should I read? And I am next time I have like I felt no prepcast, please. I don't want. My brain told me stop prepcast, stop reading. Then I am like, okay, what should I do? I spoke to you. Oh, you are done, man. Come on, go and give the exam. I want to give the exam, but I am not getting any centers. What should I do? Then one fine day Rahul told me, sir, why don't you check in the odd times? Check during odd times, someone might cancel. So April 8th, I spoke to one peer. So I was explaining him some concept. So after that, I started checking peers and view. And luckily, April 8th, the next day, I got a slot for 10 a.m. This time I did not walk here and there. Just go. Don't spend time. This slot will go off. Then I immediately booked the slot, April 10th and April 9th. And then, yeah, what should I do? I'm not getting sleep. My wife told me tomorrow is exam. At least sleep today. Sleep well so that tomorrow will be good for you. Okay, then I decided let's sleep 10 o'clock. I slept. Questions are coming in my brain. Only questions are rolling here and there. And some everything is going. Then I decided, okay, I have to do meditation. I switched on some devotional songs and I was just putting headphones and
this is a
started hearing the songs.
night time.
Nighttime, 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock I slept. I kept alarm at 3 o'clock because I have to travel to Frankfurt. I have a train at 7:48, so I have to get up at 3. Then 3 hours I slept, and then I did got freshed up, and then I did puja. Then everything all set. Then I told bye to my wife, and then left to Frankfurt. I reached at 8 o'clock, and after reaching the test center, I was like, already my heart is beating because what should I do? Tomorrow is the exam, and today I didn't even have a chance to prepare. And
Right.
luckily, I had one discussion with our colleague, our peer Shreyas. So I had
Yeah.
nice interview, 40 minutes with him. So that was the only revision I had. Like
Nice.
I started, like he started asking some, then I started explaining him, and we both discussed very nice.
Very
So
good.
after that, then that's the only revision. Then during the train time, I started checking all the notes which I prepared. I transferred everything into my phone. Then I started 2 hours. I started quickly revising. Then I was like a little bit relaxed. Then I went to the exam center and they took all the normal procedures. Like they explained me that you should do's and don'ts
Okay.
basically. And
Okay.
then suddenly the guy told me that one guy left from the test center and he told me there is a test slot available right now. Are you ready? 8:30, 8:30. I told I was prepared for 10 o'clock. I thought to relax and then calm my heart and mind, everything. But no, I decided let's go. 5 minutes, I just relaxed, just prayed God, went into the den. And luckily, my lucky number is 9.
Okay.
So the date is 9th. And then the locker number was 9. And the test cubicle number is also 9.
God.
I was like, okay, something is going to happen today. Okay,
Nice.
and that's how it started. Then that's how it started actually.
Fantastic, man. It sounds like a good movie. Watched a movie.
Yeah, yeah, even I thought the same.
Nice.
Yeah,
Out of all this thing, I see one thing is you're so determined that you have to achieve it, right? You don't want to give
yeah,
up. You didn't
no,
postpone it. I remember the day the call I had with you. I can see the vibration in the call. You feel, Shriram, I want to do. But you're done in saturation. You reach the point of understanding the concepts. You reach the point of answering the questions really well. Unfortunate delay what happened. Okay, good. All good now. The main game. Now the questions start coming up. How was it as you prepared all these books, material content? When you see the first question, you felt that I know this question, kind of thing.
Yeah. So first 60 questions. So before this exam, I was very much confident on Agile because I have seen many people in their interviews that majority are hybrid and Agile. So I read Agile Practice Guide and I read many Scrum related books, PMP dummies. Agile, I was very much confident, very much. I'm from a hybrid predictive background, but still Agile is something new. Like something new means you feel like reading it. Something you know, so you don't feel like. So Agile, I was very much confident. So I just went in. I was expecting Agile question straight away. When I just saw the first question, it was pure predictive. So then I answered, okay, second predictive, third predictive, fourth. Nowhere I see Scrum Master or product owner or something. Nothing related to transition from predictive to Agile or something like that. First 10 questions, I was like, is it different for me? So that started to trick my brain. So I started spending more time. Questions were lengthy. In between, I had match the following, but it's simple, looks simple, Tuckman's ladder, but the right side options were like 4 lines. I have to read 4 lines, but lucky I had all the match the following, only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, not multiple.
Compare the concepts and choose these words. Okay.
Exactly. So I had huge sentences. You need to read the sentence completely. Only then you know whether it is smoothing or whether it is no, not smoothing. Sorry, whether it's forming, storming, etc. So yeah, like that. Also, the same as the following I had related to risk. So it's easy, but it is time consuming. So like that, in and out, PMI started throwing some huge questions. So first 60, it took me, I made a strategy that I have to finish it within 72 minutes. But I think I did it, but the review took additional 8 minutes.
Okay.
So first 60 questions took me 80 minutes.
80 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometime back, I had an interview with Shreyas. He too exactly took 80 minutes to complete that. I think you both guys are planned well on the strategy.
I don't know. But yeah, that's how it is. And I did end review and I took a break. I was little bit half-hearted because the options were pretty close. That's means I was very well prepared. Predictive also I am very well prepared. But the options somehow were pretty close. 2 options straight away eliminate. They are nowhere related to the question. You can just ignore it. Rest 2 options, majority were pretty close. So I was just in a dilemma that whether I did the correct one or whether I hit the wrong option. So was that thing like troubled me a lot.
Right.
So first 60, I am done with first 60 questions. Then I just went out, took a break. I did not eat anything because I decided that until the exam I will not drink even sip of water. Okay, so fasting. I did not have breakfast. Yeah, so I am like that. When I am determined, I have to finish it without eating anything. Then my brain will be strong. If I start eating, I'm opposite kind of guy. Other people like they try to have some chocolate or something. No, I'm until the work is finished. I'm
more than a chocolate. How come without a breakfast you were sitting for 4 hours?
4 hours, yeah. And I was lucky because I started the exam little bit early, 8:30. So my stomach didn't tell me, "Hey, come on, give me something." No, it didn't tell me anything. And moreover, I was little bit nervous. So my main focus was to finish the exam.
Right. So when was this the last question came up? You have some extra time?
Yeah. So second 60 questions were all hybrid. And then one tricky thing was 2-3 questions. It was like first 60 I could still remember. They jumbled the question and they gave in the second 60. I was like, huh? Okay. Then I thought maybe it's psychometric. This is what is psychometric. I found the same style of question, same kind, but different. So then I got more confident because I was a little bit worried about those questions. And
Okay.
then after answering these questions, I understood those are also right. Then my confidence started building up. Slowly, I finished, and the last 60 questions, I have ample time, 75 minutes.
Nice, nice. So you found the logic of PMI. How this guy is asking
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. So the last 60 questions, I don't know whether I should say or not, but it was because I am prepared very much with Agile. So it was like a cakewalk.
Ah,
Uh,
that
not in between. I have 2 lines questions, but out in and out PMI, in order to break the confidence, it gave me some big questions.
okay.
But I didn't care because for me, I understood. I got the tempo. So I finished 60 questions with 10 to 12 minutes to spare.
Wow.
So I didn't mark any question last 60 because I don't want to go back. I know that I did right. So then I took time, went back, just time pass. I was reading all the questions again. I
Yeah.
didn't do any changes.
Mm.
And then until the pop-up came, last 5 minutes. Then I thought, okay, enough, finish. Then I just put end exam. I was confident that I will pass,
Mm.
but I was also half-hearted that first section was little bit, but I was confident the other two 120 questions. So I thought at least I will pass. So after some time, then it took circles. My heart was pumping. And then suddenly, congratulations, you are now project management professional. I was like, just tears. Uh, Tears are the only thing to come. Like, I don't know, I turned back and he was telling, relax, keep calm. So then I started giving next
Oh,
survey and all.
your center people were there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Guy was watching me like inside the room. So the guy from
oh,
outside. So he told me there is still something to go. Just hold on. Then I
oh,
thought, oh, what's because the survey took some time.
right,
I need to wait 2 to 3 minutes because the screen was totally blank. I
right.
was afraid what happened is did something go wrong. Then after some time, then the survey option came, and then I took survey, and then I went out and I was not expecting any above target or whatever. I passed the exam, but I in the mind I thought, okay, I will get above target. So then he gave me a report, and in that it showed all above target. Then I
All
was
about that. I
very
said,
much
man,
happy. Yeah,
challenge to PMI. Come on, guys. Throw
yeah,
me more questions.
yeah. It was very tough, Shriram. It was because whatever hard work I have put, whatever hours I have put, in the end. Because I was so much prepared, the end exam was very simple. It was easy. It was not tough or something because of the effort I have.
See, one thing, Raghav, I found is the results easily shows whether the person really put effort or not. In PMI, there is nobody can fake out. Somebody
Yeah,
halfway prepared, they'll get only that much of score.
yeah,
Somebody really prepares, gets a good score. So PMI exactly evaluates. When the PMI result comes out, it's an exact evaluation. So nobody can cheat with that. So when you say
yeah.
upper target and all, it's a result in the sense the effort, whatever you put there. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. So you called your family immediately. Hey, I cleared.
First I tried to call you. You didn't pick up the call. So then I called my wife. She was like just jumping and screaming. She was telling, come to home because 3 months, 2.5 months. I I didn't talk. Like I was just like a what guest at my own house.
Understand.
So like she also understood me. So that's the reason. So after that, she was screaming, I was screaming, and we were like very
Should have said,
happy.
thank God. Hereafter, at least we can go some shopping.
Yeah, yeah, it happened, and yeah, that's it. I called then Rahul. I shared the
Nice.
news with you. Yeah,
I saw your number. I was another call. Then I understood this guy cleared it. I know that you are PMP 2 weeks before. So, but at least PMI has to know that you are PMP. So for that, we need the time.
yeah.
Good, super. I'm so happy to hear the great story from you. Now, tell me, how is this PMP viewed in your industry, like a country like Germany? How they see the value of it?
Actually, Shriram, PMP, I didn't, I knew about this PMP, but 5 years back or 10 years back, actually, at that time, there was an illusion that only the guys who managed the project should be taking the PMP exam. So
Right.
that's why I stepped back, because I am a designer. I develop products, so I deal with products, so not with people. I know about process. I know about change management long time back. So, but I'd never dealt with people. So I thought it's not my cup of tea. So that's why I was into this technical domain from the past 15 years. I was successful. I had patents. So then I felt like, okay, I had reached a saturation limit. Now at least I have to go. I'm very good in managing. Indirectly, I am very good in managing people. I know. Even my managers also, they know. I motivate my fellow members. I teach them. I like teaching.
Nice.
I don't feel like if I teach, someone will try to surpass me. No,
Right.
my motive is I want to teach people, then my knowledge also will increase. So,
Right.
and it will be up to date. It's not like going down, but it will be up to date. So
Right.
then I thought, okay, PMP. Then one day in my office, it's a matrix organization. So you have functional design, functional marketing, functional human resource, also functional project management.
Okay.
So I deal with project managers, so because we all should work together for developing a product. So one day I just sat and I saw PMP certificate on his board attached.
Uh,
So I was like, oh good. Then I asked him, hey, I'm also interested. So he was very much happy. Oh really? But I had a misconception that, okay, only the guys who manage the project or people should do this PMP. Then he told me no, it's all up to how you project yourself, how you project your work.
right.
Then I decided to take this PMP. Then I in my SPR, in my performance review, I told my manager that I have to do PMP. Then he was worried because I am the main guy. So if he loses me, then he was no. Design is project management is for project managers, not for design people. For you, there will be a leadership training. Then I was like, okay, I thought, okay, I need to do this by myself. Then
Okay.
I went to India last year for 1 month vacation, and I decided to do this 1 week of PMP course, but it didn't happen because of COVID. I got stuck six months. And during the end of year, I came back to Germany, and when I opened my LinkedIn, so many PMP certified, Sriram. Then I thought, I missed it. I could have done in December itself. Then I spoke to a few people. Then they told me, "Arey, bhai, this next one is huge syllabus. That's the reason we started clearing off. We wrote the exam."
Right.
Then I thought, okay, let's do the huge. Let's climb the huge step instead of climbing the small step. Let's climb huge. Then
Okay.
on January, I started. I first was recommended Knowledge Hut. Before knowing you, I already registered. Then after that, I have seen your videos. My wife was very much, if you want to join ShriLearning, because I really liked how Sriram is teaching.
Okay.
Then I somehow canceled that, and I immediately contacted Rahul, and January 23rd is the start of my journey, and I didn't look back. I was just going forward.
Right. Right. Great. Happy to know. In this all this joy, I missed to see your certificate. I show the certificate. Oh man, that's interesting. You have to see that. Here it goes. Ah, nice. Okay, I think that too. Oh yeah, here it comes. Beautiful, right? The moment you
Yeah,
see the
very
name,
much.
this orange certificate after all hard work, and that gives that joy. But how many days you have to wait to get the certificate?
Yeah, I waited pretty much. So Friday I have given the exam, and Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
Mm.
uh, and then I asked many people who passed. So I think April it took. They delayed. I think many people who passed on April 6th,
Mm.
they also didn't get the certificate. Then I
Yes.
thought, okay, it's a problem from PMI, not that
Right.
I failed or not that I something happened. I was worried that until I get the certificate, I felt like all this is computer based, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So
One thing PMI
suddenly,
has to
yeah,
do, if anybody listens to this video from PMI or any group, the moment they complete the exam, they should update their website. Exam is over. What happened is it shows still scheduled exam.
schedule exactly, yeah,
This is disturbing the people who cleared. Already they are in full pressure while clearing the exam. Next 2 to 3
exactly.
days, unwanted pressure. They can't do any. They can't tell to anybody also. You have to go log in, it will tell schedule your exam. I think somebody from PMI has to work out. They have to have a sync with the Pearson. Once exam is done, exam over, result waiting, or something like that, anything. Anyway,
Exactly.
they have to read the communication management chapter one more time.
Yeah, exactly.
Good, man. Good. And first of all, thanks a lot, Raghav, coming all the way, because I know you have multiple things to around you. Still, you found time to come here to give interview. I like the way you narrated it. Okay. I was just observing the way you said, even you said, I showed Tata to my wife and you went to bye bye to her. So you were so eager to explain the whole flow. This is going to help a lot of people. Okay. There are many people preparing for exam, but they don't know certain things. Small things could be very helpful, whatever you say. Now, let's go for some, at least couple of tips. There are variety of people. Okay. You are a top quick learner. Okay, there are people moderate learners. There are people slow learners. This is how I go for the classes. The classes I don't see everybody brainy. I know some know, some don't know. So if you want to give an idea, a general, what kind of idea you want to give to students?
So my main tip is compare what you read in the book with your surroundings. This is how I also learned Scrum. I try to visualize everything in my brain as a story. That is when you can remember for lifetime. Or if you just read it, it is not. I don't know. For some people, it can just be absorbed, but for some people, it might not be. So I always make a story. Like for example, what is project scope statement? I visualize. I gave an example also in the WhatsApp group. I just imagine like when we were constructing the house, what were the things? Like you go to an apartment and they will give you what is the inclusions, like what are the assumptions. So
Right.
such kind, like I related everything.
Right. So visualizing is the best way. That's a message.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So while reading the question, people are struggling. They couldn't read the question faster. So they find the time is running out. So how do you make it read faster? What is the tip from there?
Practice. For me, initially, I also faced the same. I shouldn't deny that I also faced the same problem. Like I had tough time reading the question. It's about focus. When you are focused and when you are cut off with the surroundings, then you can easily do it. The problem is the tension and all the stuff, the nervousness will come into your mind and it will attack you. Because you are literally reading the question, but you are thinking something else. Something is pulling you back. I think that is the breaking point. If you are away from it and if you enjoy reading the question, and if you practice, when you practice, you will automatically get like the pace of reading a question.
Right.
Without practice, it is quite difficult. And I gave a timeline when I was doing Rita's questions. Rita's questions are nice, lengthy, and nice grammatical. So that helped me a lot. So someone should definitely go through all the Rita's questions. They should answer, but put a time limit.
Right.
I always put time limit. 35 questions, 45 minutes or 50 minutes. So I'll just put timing and then I'll try to answer.
Nice.
So like that, I gained practice. And then what I felt was, don't think about the question attacking you. Like you should be confident that you should attack the question. And then automatically everything will fall in place.
Cool, man. Cool. I have heard this from Australian cricket team, not current one, old team. Always they go on the field, start attacking. Okay. So the opponent should shake. So that's a strategy they follow, not the current one, the previous Australian team. Nice team. Okay. They start attacking like anything. So I think that's a strategy you're talking. Good. Nice to hear. Super, Raghav. So how do you manage your time, man? In the sense of I can see you writing, taking exam at 2 o'clock in the night. And how you manage it? You are a person.
I am a guy, like if I fix something, then I give 100% of my thing. Yeah, I will sacrifice many personal things. It is good and bad, but when I put limited time, then it's just a sacrifice. Then I will engage all my stakeholders. I will always communicate my wife, my daughter, and everyone that I have an exam, please. Then they will also understand. If I communicate it better, then they will understand. They will support me. So like that, I had good time. So I invested a lot of time because I used to focus on my office work. So we too have like we are a supplier of an OEM. So we get also contracts. Then we need to also do all the pre-initiating work, and then we need to plan. I support my project manager in project management activities.
Okay.
So like that, I was very much busy, but still, and also in Germany, like it's not work from home. I'm a mechanical engineer, so I have to deal with the testing department. So they have many questions while building the test. So I need to be with them, support them. So there is less chance of doing work from home. So I used to go to office, come back, I just have my dinner immediately. And also at work, when I have time, my mobile will be on with some questions or with some material, just going through like that. Any time left, I will just do something, watch some videos, do some productive. I sacrificed many things. I'm a movie guy. I'm a music guy. I like watching sports, and I like going out. I sacrificed many things. 3 months, even my family also sacrificed.
Ah,
So that's
so
how it is. You
now
need
you
to do.
now you reopened your Netflix
Yeah,
account,
yeah.
and your
And
friend.
no, what happened was, after I passed the test, there were so many requests from our WhatsApp group, and also some from LinkedIn, multiple requests. I got some 100 requests in a day. Even some guys, CEO, VP level, and PhD people, they were asking me. It's same for everyone. I did also the same. So when someone helped me, I should also help them. So I was spending time. My wife really got angry. What are you doing? You've passed the exam." Then she saw my mobile suddenly. I was chatting with some guy in LinkedIn. This is not stopping. And I was also like, I stopped some video, Udemy video. So then suddenly opened it, it was playing. Then I felt nice. Okay, though I passed the exam, it is good brushing up the concept. So I was just reading. My wife told, at least now, please spend 1 hour more than you spend time with us. So she was just requesting that. And then I,
So you have to maintain your stakeholder management properly.
exactly. Yeah.
Good to know
Yeah.
that.
But it was a good journey, Sriram. It was good journey. And now also, like I am still active in the WhatsApp group. I have a group, like 3 or 4 people who are like average.
Nice.
I know they're having difficulty. So I always, weekend, I used to do Zoom call like this, and I used to explain what all I read. I try to explain them with concepts. Like I used to tell them, like a film, like project manager is like a director, and sponsor is a producer. Okay, how can sponsor engage project manager? The director should try to involve photographer, cameraman, script writer, musician. He needs to coordinate all, right? He's the captain of the ship. Like
Right.
that, I used to explain. Sponsor, producer, he will not come every day. If he's really interested, he will come every day and he will just watch.
Right.
And if something happens, the director should go to the producer and ask for funding.
Oh,
I need some more money for this, the budget. So all these things I try to explain in this
nice.
way, so that people will never forget.
Thanks for doing that effort. You know, this group which you are, the WhatsApp group, is the biggest WhatsApp group because that's
Yeah,
a year beginning batch.
yeah,
So it's the first syllabus came in, and now we see many people are clearing that group. So I think
yes,
you guys are helping each other. I
yeah,
keep watching the WhatsApp chat running out. Every time I see somebody ask question, even if I think anything about it, somebody will answer it. And
yeah.
it's a very interactive group there. I found nice to see that. Good. Super, Brad. Thanks a lot. Okay, great. It's really a good interview with you, and I find a lot of valuable points. The viewers who are going to view this are going to enjoy a lot of benefit, right? Good, super. So once again, congratulations, good wishes, and I hope the manager who said don't go for it, now you'll show the certificate. Hey, I did it now.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's already circulated, and all the CEO also congratulated me.
Wow.
And because in my company there are limited PMP holders, like 2 in Germany and 2 from Japan, and I am the third guy, but totally out of domain. Like all those people are PMO and project managers. I'm the only guy from design.
Oh,
So he's very much happy. A guy with such a huge design experience, development experience, and he also cracked project management. So he's looking into me as a different. Like he now wants to talk to me during my next performance review, and maybe
wow.
something is waiting for me. Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
expecting already.
Cool. All the best. All the best. Yeah,
Yeah, thanks.
that's a thing. I always tell that getting certificate is one portion of it. Next is materialize it. When I say
Yeah,
materialize it, start implementing it and gain benefit out of it. That's how it is. Super. I'm sure you will rock the show. Okay, great. Thanks a lot for coming up here, and good wishes again. That's Raghav here. And thanks all viewers for watching this interesting success story. I'm sure you got the full story here. Right. Give your comments here so that they will also come to know what you get out of this particular interesting success story. Thanks all for watching. We'll catch up in another interesting success story. Thanks, Raghav.
Thank you so much. Thanks.